Okay, I don't know whether I should feel relieved or insulted that the Smooths got indigestion from eating me. Wait, the next episode is written by Amy Keating Rogers?
The map is summoning you to Griffonstone, the very heart of the Griffin Kingdom.
Wait, we finally get to see the Griffin Kingdom?
We don't have a king. Losers.
And the return of Gilda? The heck with the Smooths and his stomach problems, I got an episode to review. But first, I should probably clean up. There we go. Now let's end the first sequence and fade to black. The episode begins with Pinkie Pie baking one of her Granny Pie's recipes with gummy, but before she could finish it, the map calls her and Rainbow Dash to the castle by their cutie marks, and the two find out that they're being summoned to the kingdom of Griffonstone to solve another friendship problem. However, instead of sending all of the main six, the map takes a different turn and only sends Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash on the quest. Smart move there, writers. So Twilight, being fascinated by Griffin culture, tells them the history of Griffonstone, and we find out that Griffins used to be as greedy as dragons back in the day, but after King Grover found a treasure called the Idol of Boreas, they became filled with so much pride that Griffonstone became one of the most majestic kingdoms of the land. Okay, I have to stop right there because this is exactly why I love the addition of the cutie map. Not only does it allow the writers to expand on the world of My Little Pony, but it also allows them to tell new stories that give us more insight on other species and their culture by focusing more on the story's narrative rather than trying to find an excuse to shove all of the main six into an episode. And with that said, I can now check world building off of my list of things I want to see in Season 5. Now all that's left is Rainbow Dash becoming a Wonderbolt, Spike getting a better episode, and one of the CMC getting their cutie marks. Hey, it can happen. So after a train ride of exposition, Pinkie Pie and Rainbow Dash arrive in Griffonstone, but instead of finding a rich, majestic kingdom, the place turns out to be a dump full of mean-spirited griffins.
We don't have a king. Losers.
And speaking of mean-spirited griffins, Gilda shows up and we find out from her grandpa Gruff why Griffonstone is in such bad condition. Turns out that after a creature named Aranasti stored the Idol of Boreas and fell into the abysmal abyss, they were unable to retrieve it due to the harsh winds, and as a result, Griffonstone lost their pride and lived miserably ever after.
That was the saddest story ever!
I've heard sadder. So while Rainbow Dash heads off to recover the idol, Pinkie Pie tries a more direct approach in restoring Griffonstone's pride by helping Gilda bake Griffin scones for the town.
Greta!
Okay, why does every Griffin's name start with the letter G? Gilda, Grandpa Gruff, Greta, King Grover, King Gilto? Do they really like Gort that much?
Give me some bits and I'll answer.
How about I give you to the count of 3 to leave before I start calling you target practice? Yeah, that's what I thought. So back at the abyss, Rainbow Dash breaks her leg and gets trapped on a ledge due to powerful winds, but luckily Pinkie Pie manages to find her and leaves to go get help from Gilda. At first, she refuses to help since they're no longer friends, but when Pinkie Pie asks if she remembers when they were friends, we get an adorable flashback to when Gilda and Rainbow Dash first met, and find out during her childhood, Gilda was a shy, timid little Griffin, but after Rainbow Dash stood up for her, she became happier and more assertive now that she had a friend to hang out with. This could actually explain why she acted the way she did back in Griffin the Brush-Off. In a way, Gilda was sort of acting like how Discord was in last week's episode. She didn't understand that you could have more than one friend at the time. So when she saw Pinkie Pie hanging out with Rainbow Dash, she started to become possessive of her and tried to keep Pinkie Pie as well as any other ponies as far away as possible, thinking that they were getting in the way of her and Rainbow Dash's friendship. If that's the case, then Gilda just got a lot more interesting in terms of character. So the two work together to get Rainbow Dash out of the abyss, but end up falling in due to some poor planning and come across the Idol of Boreas. But instead of going for the idol, Gilda saves Rainbow Dash and Pinkie Pie, and they find out that the mission wasn't to find the idol, but to restore Griffonstone's pride by reuniting the community through friendship. And the episode ends with a great moral and Gilda becoming part of the main six's friendship quest. Overall, this was another fantastic episode. Not only did we get some great world building and insight on the Griffin culture, but we also got some great character development and some cool looking art style for the Griffins, their history, and their kingdom. The moral and Gilda's redemption I thought were perfectly executed, and I seriously can't wait to see if Gilda makes a return in the future with some status on Griffonstone. Who knows, maybe she'll be put in charge of the place after she helps restore it. It can happen. Now the comedy I thought was good, but certain moments like Pinkie Pie throwing the rope off the cliff and breaking the fourth wall with Gilda, I thought were funny but sort of unnecessary. If I had any issues with the episode, it would be Rainbow Dash's quick-to-judge behavior and the lack of personality for the Griffins. I mean, all they did was just walk around and talk about bits. But other than those two things, this episode was still awesome and was something worth raving about. Amy Keating Rogers, we're sure gonna miss you for all the things you gave us during your time on the show, and we wish you the best of luck on your new job at Disney. Until next time, I'm Blue Rave, and I will see you all at the 100th episode of My Little Pony. Catch you later, everyone.
Feelings I've never felt before. Trot with me through the autumn leaves and keep close to stay warm. Soon you'll see how much you mean to me. Feelings I've never felt before. Trot with me through the autumn leaves and keep close to stay warm. Soon you'll see how much you mean.